Steve and Jeff Morning Show. I think we have a caller on the line. Who's this?
Hello, hi. This is Joan D'Alessandro.
Hi, Rosemary. How are you?
I'm good.
I don't know if you remember, but you were at an event with Senator David Carlucci a couple months ago with regard to Paula Bohoveski up at Harriman State Park. I happened to be there covering you at the press conference over there. It's good to meet you again. And I appreciate you coming on today to talk to us a little bit about voiceofthekids.org and some of the child safety issues that you are. Now, first, tell us a little bit about yourself. And
I'm together with Connor.
Okay, and
Connor is there too.
Right. Explain what you bring to this topic. I know there are child safety issues that you're very passionate about. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we have the Joans Joy Foundation, the Joan Angela D'Alessandro Foundation, and we have a fun education and safety program. So every part we're involved with. So as far as safety program, what's important there is to stand up for children and stand up for them in many ways. So one of the ways we do it is through laws. And now we're going for the 6th law. I'm advocating for the 6th law together with the senator and with the team. And what that's going to do is going to expand the Jones law that was passed in 2004 in New York State. And it's going to expand it by age. So that means now all minors under 18 will be involved. And unfortunately, they're the victims. And in Jones law, which we're going for now, which will be called Paula's Law. And it will say no parole for those who sexually assault and murder children.
And that, of course, being named after Paula Bohoveski, who was murdered.
They die in prison.
Right. And that, of course, named for Paula Bohoveski, who I know. Did you ever get to speak with her mother at all? She was murdered back in the 80s.
A long time ago, not recently.
You did? Okay.
No.
And for those who don't know, if I could back up a little bit first, explain what happened, and you don't have to dwell upon the details, but you're passionate about this because something similar happened to your daughter when she was just 7.
Yeah, well, and why we did Paula's Law is because of the compassion I had for the mom, and because the the killer was eligible every 2 years at this point. And so with me, what happened is my child was 7, and she went to deliver the last 2 boxes of cookies to my neighbor who lived just down the street, 3 houses away, and I'm in Hillsdale, and still in the same house, and very thankful that I am. And what happened was she never came back. He was a teacher, too, in Tappan, New York. And he said he knew what to do to lure her because he was a teacher. And he got her downstairs on the bi-level house, and he did everything very, very horrible. He sexually assaulted her. He murdered her. He murdered her like twice. And there's a book out now called The Killer Across the Table. The first 9 chapters are about Joan's story, and I personalize it, and people could see exactly what happened to Joan, and she was a brave little girl.
And it's that made you decide that you had to come up with and work with politicians and other people to come up with things like Joan's Law and now Paula's Law. And you've working now with a group called Voice of the Kids. And I believe Dr. Surajit Khanna is with you. Hi, Dr. Khanna.
Hi. Good morning. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Tell me a little bit about Voice of the Kids and how you're working with on Joan's Law and Paula's Law and some of the other things that are the child safety issues that you try to tackle.
Sure. Actually, Voice of the Kids is a nonprofit organization in Rockland County, New York, and they mainly, as you can relate from the name, they really want to advocate on the kids' voices. That's the problem in today's world, is that nobody really tries to listen to the kids.
Yeah.
And with my background, in a legal background, I was approached by Voice of the Kids to kind of champion. Means I'm not, legally associated with it, but I am, they approached me for championing it because I am very much a proponent of child safety. An incident happened, just like what happened with Jones. My son, this is in 2011 or 12, I forget the exact year, but, one of his very close friends, who was 14, had suicide because of cyberbullying in school. So I was very much involved in that, and that shocked me that how children today are not given proper safety. And the safety comes from the house, from the surroundings, from the society, from the neighborhood. Everybody is responsible for child safety. Okay, and we just can't blame, the kids are bad, kids are this, kids are doing wrong things. Why kids were not born, okay, from mother's womb with bad notions, okay? They have been exposed to these other things. Today's world, and you have been hearing this, every day there is a shooting in elementary school, middle school, high school. Why? Why? Because we are not listening to the kids. And when we know the kids are the future of the society, and what happened with Jones at 7-year-old, that girl could be leading her best of life today.
What are some of the things that we aren't listening to when it comes to kids? What aren't we paying attention to? What aren't we listening to? And what are we missing when it comes to them being in danger?
Well, very first thing is that, again, no offense to any parents here, and all the parents are not same. Those are listening to the radio here. But parents need to take time to listen to the kids when they come back from school. A lot of things happen in a school. A lot of conversation happens between the kids, okay? And everybody, they go through different type of, hormone balance and disbalance, and we don't listen to the kids. The kids might want to share the best day in school today, or the worst day. Somebody hit her, or somebody hit him, or something happened. But, nobody is there to listen. So what this frustration goes? Today, in today's technology, what they do, they tweet. They do the Facebook, Instagram, all these things. They're chatting between different other people around the world. That today happened this one, today happened this one. Okay, but that the mom and dad are not listening to them.
And so, what can parents do? What should they be doing better that they aren't doing currently?
My only request here is, the very first thing is that, please, if you have a child, try to take your time before they go to bed and tell them stories. Please listen to them. How was their day? What happened? Good happened, bad happened. Try to analyze what the kid is going through. Show them the love and care. Recently, this is what I've been telling to a couple of parents, that some parents comes and tells me, I have a 9-year-old, I have a 10-year-old, what can I do? That, I said, be a 9-year-old. When a kid understands that their parents are in their level, then they will reveal everything to you. Parents need to be their best friend. Okay, once parents are the best friend, then everything will happen. Love is the one which is lacking today. We love our kids. Don't get me wrong in this. We all love our kids, but we don't show it. We have to show that we love and care the kids. This is what Jones. Rosemary is a great mother. Okay, she loved her, and this is how she is showing her love to the world. That look, she cares about what happened with a 7-year-old. Please, let's stop this. Okay, let's stop this gun thing. Okay, shooting thing. All these things happening. Let's stop it.
And along those lines, you have with Joan's Joy, the Joan's Joy Foundation, you have a very special Christmas and holiday gala coming up. I believe it's this week. Tell me a little bit about it. Either of you could tell me about it, and how can people get involved not only with the gala itself, but with joansjoy.org? How can they, with the foundation, how can they get involved?
Well, the Christmas gala is really to get everybody together that has been in unity supporting Joan's Joy with donations, with their work, with their energy, with their love. And a lot of them are very, very close to Joan's spirit. And they tell me stories of how Joan gives them strength, or how they think of Joan when they see the white butterfly, because the white butterfly is a symbol of Joan, her love and her hope. And how it happened to be was when I first came up to the site where Joan was found, and that was there in Harriman State Park. It was in 2006, and I'm coming up the hill. I hadn't been there for 8 years because I have myasthenia gravis, and I was very sick. So I was getting better, so I was able to go. It was a misty day in April, coming up the mountain, because where she is was you had to go down a bit of the mountain, and behind the boulder where she was found, I see something white, and I thought it was a moth, and then it was a white butterfly, which I did not know existed. So then the white butterfly became a symbol of Joan, because to me, I knew that was her. And it was a very, very beautiful moment.
There was one flying around you as well at the press conference I referenced earlier. There was a butterfly flying around you at that press conference, too, we were talking about. I remember.
There was?
There was, yeah.
There was?
You saw one come.
That's right.
Yeah, you remember that you had noticed it while you were talking. There was one flying around you. That's right.
And then I stopped and I said, "There's a white butterfly."
Yep.
Well, now you know the story of why it's so big. And then, and that white butterfly comes in places that we could write a story. We could talk about that someday. All the stories of the white butterfly, and the times it comes.
Right.
So
right.
It's so beautiful. Even though she wants to show that she loves what's happening. She loves what I'm doing, what her brothers are doing, and what the people are doing, because therefore, when we have the party is going to be tomorrow night.
And where is it?
It's going to be at my house.
Oh, very nice.
It's going to be, and, we're having, there are going to be so many people coming that we made a makeshift tent on the patio, and we're going to have, as one of our volunteers suggested, this year for the first time, the Joni Christmas tree. And children are going to make decorations for it, and they will be putting the decorations on it tomorrow night.
Excellent. Very good.
And then one of our volunteers donated all the lights that are on the house right now. There are lights all over outside.
Fantastic.
It's beautiful, bright. So that's why, and then it's going to be dancing and music and singing and food. A lot of the food has been donated. And, it's like I think that, there's so much still to come in my head, in my heart, the message to remember Joan today so tomorrow's children will be safe. There's so much to come that's going to happen because the documentary has taken place in 2020. And, it's in the process. The filmmaker will be there tomorrow night. And it's just a story that is like, I know my daughter. I know how she was. I'm not completely surprised that all this is happening because she's such an inspiration. And that's why I do the work I do.
And we appreciate that, and we appreciate you and Dr. Khanna taking the time to give us a call about it. You've got the event tomorrow night. Good luck with that. And for more information, if people are interested in checking out what Rosemary and Dr. Khanna were talking about, you can go to jonesjoy.org, or you can also visit the website voiceofthekids.org. So thank you very much for joining us this morning. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you very much.
That's Jeff. I'm Steve, but you're quite welcome.
It was great.
All right,
Thank
God
you
bless
both.
you. Take care.